So I'm going to show you how I do my eye makeup. These are the simple kind of basic steps that I do on a daily basis. I use all different sorts of color combos when I do this. Today I'm just going to show you kind of my basic go-to work look. So I'm going to start with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I have used some dupes for this that are a little cheaper and, you know, people say that it works just as well. I find that I can't find anything that works as well as this stuff does, so I just stick to it. So I'm only going to use a smidge. So I'm only going to use about this much of the primer potion. It doesn't take very much on my eyelids. Use it all around, up underneath the bone, the brow bone. This is probably one of my favorite eyeshadows ever. This is the Urban Decay Toasted. I found my love affair with this through the Naked palette. It's this guy right here. I have almost hit pan in this palette, and I was devastated when I figured that out, and then I realized that they had a single for it, so I went and purchased it. So I will be applying this all over my lid. I find that this is the perfect shade for multiple uses, in the sense that if you want to use this as your lightest color and put this all over your lid and then use a darker contour, works beautifully. You can also use this as your darker color and use this as your contour with a lighter color. So it's kind of that good medium color. You can play off of it. So take this up. And this color is also a great color to be worn alone. I'm finding if I'm running short on time, I can use this by itself and it works great. I will be doing a little more blending with kind of this line up and through here. I'm just not going to do it because I'm not there yet. So my corner color will be Mystery by MAC. Just a matte brown. Any matte brown will do. Whatever I use. Sometimes if I'm going out and I want to jazz this up a little bit, I will use a black, but most of the time I just use brown for like a day look. Find my brush. Why so hard? So I'm just putting this on the corners. Kind of really working that in. Very rough sketch, but you get the idea. There's that. So sometimes whenever I am blending, I find it's a little easier to take your darker color and blend it to the lighter color with a medium color. So what I'll be using is Smog out of my Urban Decay Naked palette. And with a very light hand, I will be blending that line of where the darker was into the lighter. So the Mystery into the Toasted with Smog. And so then I'm going to take, by the way, this is the Essence of Beauty brush. Anybody who doesn't have an extensive amount of brushes, these are great tools. I think I got these at CVS, I believe. I have multiple ones, tons of other ones. They're double-headed, which is nice, and they work so well. I've had these for a while, and I have washed them, obviously, multiple times. Have very minimal brush shedding in the beginning. I don't have any now that I've used them for so long. They're just really great brushes. I want to say for a 4-pack, it would have been these guys. I think I paid like $12, which is pretty good considering you actually technically get 8 brushes because the double end. So if you're interested in those brushes, I would highly recommend them. This guy is my most used. He is a little angle brush. He's great for blending. So I'm just going to use that up in here just to blend the Toasted out and any other line that I have. That's not been blended. There you go. I'm going to go back into my Golden Bronzer e.l.f. palette and get that shimmer color that I used all over my face. And with my finger, I'm just going to lightly run a little bit on the underneath of my brow just to give a nice highlight. I'll put a little bit in the tear ducts. Again, just for a nice highlight. It's kind of scary. Normally, I will use a potted eyeliner. I use a lot of e.l.f. products, I'm finding, now that I'm looking at all of this. I used to use the potted eyeliners from MAC. I loved them. They're pricey. And so I switched to Maybelline potted eyeliner. I liked them. And then I found this, which is even cheaper. So I think this was, I don't know, $3 from e.l.f. But what I'm finding is it comes with this little guy, this little angled brush. It is the perfect angled brush. It's not too big, it's not too small, it just works so well. And I'm finding I've bought this, the potted liner in brown as well and purple. So I have several of these brushes, and I'm finding that this is a great cleanup for your nail polish. So the ones that I don't use, I will dip in acetone and rub along my cuticle just because it's such a fine edge that you can get right along there and it takes off any sort of, excess that you've got on there. So, tip for you. One of the things I have recently discovered is the Exaggerate Rimmel Waterproof Eye Definer in black. It's got the smudger. Oh my god, it just broke. It's got the smudger on one end. I never used the smudger. I switched to the potted liner because I used to find that the pencils always ran. And I had heard good things about this, so I decided to try it. And so far I've been impressed. I've only had it maybe a week, so the jury's still out on my final review on it. But I'm liking it so far. So I'm just going to hold my eye steady with my finger. And just run this on my lash line. Whenever you're doing your eyeliner, it is a hard habit to break, but you shouldn't pull your eye too much. Over years of doing that will create some sagging in your eye. It's best if you don't have to pull your eye at all. I can't. I think it's a psychological thing. So I do just lightly pull it just to hold it steady. And just run that along the line. I do run this on the underneath as well. And then I will go back in with a little bit of the Urban Decay Toasted again. And put this underneath as well. Just on the outer corners. Just to tie it all in. So that's what we got so far. For mascara, I've been using the Illegal Length. I have the stubbiest eyelashes in the entire world. So I've never really been super impressed with a mascara, but it's also because I have minimal eyelashes. So I like this. Works well. It's supposed to have 4mm fiber extensions in it. Again, it's Maybelline Illegal Length in black. I've seen them. Well, you can see one right there. Let me see. See that guy right there? Right there. That's supposed to attach to your eyelashes and make them longer. So I'm back with my mascara on. Put it on the top lash and the bottom lash. The last step that I will be doing is the Maybelline New York Define a Brow in light brown for my eyebrows. I do pencil them in. I have a thicker brow, but I like a very defined edge on my brow. So I'm just going to run that in. I don't need to run it all the way through and really have a heavy hand. I'm just using it pretty much on the edges just to really thicken that up so it's very defined. Got carried away. Guys, I've got two different brows right now. What's going on? And then I will set it with some clear mascara. My clear mascara is not the sturdy. It's just the eye pencil always transfers, or the brow pencil always transfers in here. It makes it look like mucky water. Ew. So I will just kind of set these. There you go. So that's all I do. Like I said, you can use a variety of different colors on this, whatever is your preference, and works nicely. Hope this helps. Hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.